Hey there people, yes, it's Wrestling Showdown here on the W3L network, just like we are every Sunday at 12 PM. And of course, if you hit the subscribe button, you'll never miss an episode. And why would you want to? When you consider all the amazing action we've got for you, including all these live events we've got coming your way. When are they, I hear you ask? Where are they? You might even be asking as well. I'll tell you, because why not? The first of these are on the 6th and 7th of April, as you'll be part of Edinburgh Comic Con. More on that in just a second. Then April the 20th will see us in Buckhaven. May the 10th will see us returning to Edinburgh. May 31st sees us heading to England, as you'll be performing a show in Guiseley. The following day, which is June the 1st, we're going to be in Newcastle. Then on June the 2nd we will be in Stockton, before rounding out our swing of dates on June the 14th as we head back to Broxburn. All of these events, of course, are sponsored by our good friends at Crafty Connoisseur. Look them up, tell them we said hello, and if you, or maybe somebody you know, would like to sponsor a W3L event or two, get in touch with us via our website. I'll tell you the address for that in just a bit, and we can probably make that happen for you. So a whole bunch of live events in Scotland and in England as well. I mentioned Edinburgh Comic Con. We have announced 4 matches that you're going to be seeing over the weekend. There'll be obviously more than just 4, relax, but the first 4 have been signed off by W3L management and have been announced. You may be familiar with them, maybe you've seen them on our social media. If you haven't, I'll tell you about them now. Actually, I'll tell you about one of them now, and the rest I'll tell you about a little later on. But this first one is a doozy, because in light of what happened in their match together, when Mike Musso was run head first into the ring post, it has been decreed that Mike Musso will get some revenge as he takes on Craig Stevens in Edinburgh at Edinburgh Comic Con in a no holds barred match. Wow, that's going to be amazing. So if you're at Edinburgh Comic Con, come along and see that contest to give you a taster of what you might be expecting at this and indeed at all of our live events. Let's have this week's match. Now, last week I promised you a defence of the Heavyweight Championship. Unfortunately, there's been some complications with negotiations and contracts and all that other boring stuff, so we can't bring that to you this week, sorry, but instead we've got another title match. And what's better than 2 wrestlers fighting each other for a title than 4 wrestlers fighting each other for titles? Yes, the Tag Team Championship is on the line. Krieger and TJ Rage have got a task and a half ahead of them, because they've got to defend against none other than Timm, Wylie and the very good Mr. Euan G. Mackie. Is this going to be the last match the champions will have with the belts around their waist? Will we have new champions? Who can say? Let's go down to ringside and we'll find out.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Joe Fordyce here with you on Wrestling Showdown. No time for introductions here because the Tag Team Championship is up for grabs. This is threatening to get out of hand right away. There's Krieger patting down the referee. I've always thought he was slightly suspicious. And it's going to be Krieger and TJ Rage currently standing on the apron, taking on the very good Mr. Euan G. Mackie and Timm Wylie for the Tag Team Championship. And this is going to be one hell of a contest, I am sure. I think either way there's no love lost between either team. Obviously Rage and Krieger, the more popular duo, loved by the fans. Mackie and Wylie, anything but, however. You hear by that reaction, the crowd do like the champions. Now these two teams have actually wrestled before. If you go into the Wrestling Showdown archives, December of 2017, we saw these two teams collide. And on that night it was Mackie and Wylie gaining the pinfall victory over Rage and Krieger. Mackie just making his thoughts known. He's immediately ducking on Ben Krieger. Obviously at that point the tag team title did not belong to either of the duos, so a lot has changed since December 2017. Mackie sneaking through the legs of Krieger. Certainly there's going to be nobody in this match faster than the very good Mr. Euan G. Mackie. And definitely say there's probably nobody as cunning as he is. That's not to sell anybody else the match short. It's just simply that nobody else quite has the mind of the very good Mr. Euan G. Mackie. I'm pretty sure he looks at things differently to everybody else. Doesn't see things in 3 dimensions, probably more like 300 dimensions. Very cerebral. Oh, Krieger a step ahead. And Krieger asking the crowd what we should do. And Mackie goes right to the eyes. There's the cunning I was telling you about. He does lack size. Of course you can see. And there's the evidence right there as Krieger's got a hold of him. And that's the downside to Mackie, is he gives up a lot of mass. So if he gets caught, he can be flung around quite easily. However, he does make up for it by his guile. Again, his speed is second to none, as his experience. Been around for a long time, certainly longer than Krieger has. This is a former tag team champion as well. It's very good with TNG Mackie. But the playing field has changed. Tim Wylie's in. I think he wants TJ Rage. And TJ, you're saying, should I get in against Wylie? This is going to be a battle of two bulls, isn't it? Just going to be watching the two trucks colliding as they head down the same lane on the motorway in opposite directions. This is two of the biggest men in W3L, certainly mass-wise. Two big, thickly set men. Both men work out a lot in great physical shape. And Rage will be an inch or two height advantage over Tim Wylie. Wylie cannot budge him. Although in fairness, Rage couldn't budge Wylie either. It's been a bit of a stalemate here, it looks like. We shall see how that pans out. I'm sure both men will reset and we'll let it start again. We'll see what occurs there. Both men just taking their time, of course. Oh, hold on! TJ Rage getting the referee to square up to Tim Wylie. You don't want to do that. Do not do that. The referee, sure, he is the authority in the match, and he should be backing down penalty, but please don't square up to Tim Wylie. Rage just staying put. Those massive legs of his, like they were rooted to the ground with a couple of G-trunks. And again, just doesn't happen. It's a stalemate once more. Neither man fully getting an advantage over that one. We're going to see for a third time. Oh, test of strength this time, Tim Wylie. Again, it's still fairly even. Wylie showing a propensity for breaking the rules here in W3L. It's going to be at all surprised to see him use that bag of tricks. And TJ's got the advantage here, just to no more, but not for long. See Wylie standing back up again. Both men straining here. Who's going to come out of this in an advantageous position? Oh, and it's Wylie who ducks round, loosened the grip, spun round behind TJ Rage, got with that waist lock. But now Wylie's grip gets broken. Oh, and goes right to the midsection, a bit of a shortcut. As I thought that he may well do. Again, if you followed Tim Wylie's career here in W3L, this should be no surprise to you, the things he's done, particularly since he's been allied with Mackie's. Wow, gets launched in the corner. A barrage of forearms from TJ Rage, not somebody to be trifled with. Former 7 Deadly Sins competitor. Oh, and Mackie got him right in the lower back, and as Rage turns to him, leaves him wide open for being blindsided by Wylie, and now he's going to get mugged. He's in the wrong part of the ring. Mackie within striking distance. Krieger obviously annoyed. The crowd getting on everybody's case here. This Rage gets throttled in the corner by Tim Wylie. You've got to say, in the case of the challengers, fairly smart strategy. I said there's nobody quite as cunning as the very good Mr. Euan Mackie, and I don't think there is. He's arguably the most cerebral wrestler in W3L. TJ showing off some agility, not something you necessarily expect from him, but he did it anyway. And throws down Tim Wylie with ease. I mean, Rage is in such fantastic physical shape. I don't think he's ever been physically better than he is now. As he crashes into Wylie. And here comes Krieger. I'm not sure how much body fat TJ Rage has, but it's very low, I'm sure. Krieger with an uppercut. And some great continuity here. To be fair, the referee should be applying the 5 count, and I'm sure one of these men should have been at the ring by now. However, they are working like a well-oiled machine. Wylie being flung around like last week's washing. Rage a little groggy, and up goes Mackie, and down he comes in the worst way possible. Now he rolls to the floor, and Mackie and Wylie just regrouping. The champions have this going their way, and to be fair, they've been on a bit of a roll since Resolution 12 last year. Here they come, sliding drop kicks, knock Wylie and Mackie off straight out of camera range. Oh, and it's a brawl on the floor. Ref's going to try and regain control here. I'm not sure if he even knows who the legal participants actually are. But it's a split across 2 different places. Got Krieger and Wylie one part of the ring. We've got Rage and Mackie just moving across the back of the building. Wylie's arms are being held back. The audience being asked to get a free shot. Oh, Wylie breaks free. There's another experience over Krieger, probably just that benefited him slightly, I think. And here comes Wylie, charging after Krieger. This match is degenerating into a brawl. If you were hoping for a clean wrestling match, look at this, it's all over the place. Right by the souvenir stand as well. Krieger's got hold of Mackie now. Rage lying on the floor. This was not what was expected. Hold on to Wylie. Has just launched TJ Rage right over the souvenir stand. And hopefully he's alright. The camera's staying with the action in the ring, but as a consequence, Krieger nearly gets his head removed from his shoulders. He's now left on his own. TJ Rage has been flung over the souvenir stand. He's crashed in heavily. The table's upturned. There's lots of stock has crashed on top of him. He may not be fit for continuing this contest. Whether premeditated or not, it's actually worked out in the challenger's favour, because now it's the 2 of them against Krieger, and obviously he can only fight off a 2-on-1 advantage for so long, particularly when he's in against Wylie and Mackie. And Krieger now in the corner here, to regain his breath, regain his composure, as Mackie runs in with a breakfast launcher. Now what's he going for? Just lands off that springboard there, getting himself a 2 count in the process. So Mackie would love to win the tag team titles, as with Timm Wylie. He's never held a championship tournament as of yet, but the tag title could be that one. And Krieger goes face first into Timm Wylie's boot. You see the bottom of your screen. There's TJ Rage, he's crawling along as Krieger gets suplexed and Wylie floats straight over on top of him. And nearly wrapped this one up. I was saying the champs have been in a bit of a roll, and so they had been. Winning the titles from Princess Had and Saki Bali at Resolution. Retained against the Fight for Life. Krieger crashing heavily in the corner. Wylie doesn't know exactly where he wants him. Now has applied that chin lock. In the run up to this contest, we saw Rage and Krieger defending the tag team titles against the new team of Omar Mohammed and Matsuo Kazuma. And the week before that, we saw Mackie and Wylie against Matty Mayhem and Leo King. So both teams come into this with a win under their respective belts. Let's not forget that Wylie and Mackie have been in the list since 2017. It's been quite a dangerous pairing. And if you need any proof for that, I'm sure this match will indicate to you, but just ask Mike Musso all the trouble he went through against the pair of them. Krieger's got Wylie down there, got him with that kick to the head, but Krieger has collapsed in the wrong corner. He's got the entirety of the ring. Hang on, do you see that? On the left hand side, you're seeing Mackie scurrying about the floor. Krieger slowly crawling towards TJ Rage. And down he goes. Mackie pulls Rage off the apron. Krieger has nobody to tag. Rage let his emotions get the better of him. They went after Mackie, and to be fair, he's just been put through a table, and so I can understand why TJ Rage is not in the best of moods. And Krieger just being held open. Mackie with that strike, and he's like a deer in the headlights almost. Krieger's he's trapped in the wrong side of the ring. He needs to make a tag. I mean, this would be difficult at any time, this situation, but considering he's up against Wylie and Mackie, makes it doubly so. TJ Rage coming in. Referee having to hold him back. He's explaining he can't come without a tag. Rage understandably frustrated. He can see over the referee's shoulder what's going on. Mackie goads him. Krieger gets throttled by Timm. Wylie. Hang on, cover here. This could be it. Still some fight left in Krieger. There's a tag. We'll see what happens. And Timm Wylie is clobbering Krieger, who inadvertently perhaps has stumbled towards his corner. He's nearer than he was. Wylie needs to watch out, because if he gets complacent, if he begins to think he's got this match sewn up, that's the time that Krieger will pull something out of the bag in order to get that tag or score out a sneaky pin. Wylie just positioning him, throws him off the ropes. Oh, just too far away from Rage though. And flat with the back elbow. And some unkind words for TJ Rage brings him into the ring. He is fuming. If Krieger is able to make a tag, if he can tag TJ Rage, I would expect Rage to come exploding in the ring. Mackie lands a leg drop. We're talking about a death sentence, that's exactly what it was. Hooks a leg, this could end it. But Krieger pushes Mackie off. Sometimes the downside to not having as much mass as some of your opponents. Krieger's in rubber leg street, as the old cliche goes. Up in the corner, here comes Mackie, who got caught. Krieger threw everything he had, all his last reserves of energy behind that one. Sprung at the corner, corkscrewed and uppercutted Mackie. Both men are down, and both men could do with making the tag, but Krieger has landed kind of mid-ring, and he needs to crawl over to his corner and tag in TJ Rage. Krieger rolling away, almost rolling the wrong way, just regaining his bearings, trying to see where he is. Oh, Mackie makes a tag. Here comes Timm Wylie. Here comes TJ Rage, who just explodes through Timm Wylie. It's a lot of pent-up frustration here. Oh, he's got him hooked up and just launches him with relative ease. TJ Rage is a house of fire, and a spear cuts Timm Wylie in half, folds him up. This is going to end it. Rage and Krieger will retain the title. Oh, Timm Wylie kicks out. I've got to say I'm kind of surprised with that one. He got speed. Oh, and a bicycle kick, and Mackie gets booted right off the ring apron. TJ Rage go hold Timm Wylie. Hang on. Gets behind him and shows off his power. German suplex right on the back of TJ Rage's head. He's not used to being flung around so much. And a reverse neckbreaker, ravishing Rick Rude style. That's 2 blows to the back of the neck, but still Rage kicks out. German suplex sees him land on his head, and then the reverse neckbreaker, the hangman style reverse neckbreaker is sometimes called. Wylie getting up ahead of steam and just smashes into TJ Rage yet again. It's going to knock him unconscious. He's got him folded up in half, but once again the champion kicks out. The tag team title is on the line. The belt's being held by 2 fans in the crowd. Rage and Krieger like to let their fans keep the belts for them. Some frustration showing on Timm Wylie there. Feeling he could maybe put TJ Rage away. He's disappeared. Mackie recovering on the floor. Oh, there's that shovel. Mackie's got that shovel that he brings. Now if Wylie uses, he will be disqualified. It looks like he's going to use it anyway, but here comes Krieger, and he's got the shovel. And there's a bicycle kick. Oh, Wylie falls right in the ring. He fell right out the ring. Mackie comes charging in. He's got him hooked up. Went for the misty flip. Super kick right in the face. And TJ Rage is gone. Hang on, they hooked him up. And down goes Mackie. But I'm sure he's not technically the legal man, is he? But the referee, he counts to 3. Rage and Krieger retain the Tag Team Championship. What a superlative defence of the Tag Team Championship. It went back and forth, could have been either team's victory to have, but Rage and Krieger get it. There's the two fans they chose to keep the belts. They get to come out the ring and celebrate with the champions. Rage and Krieger retain the Tag Team titles and are still your Tag Team Champions.
A victory there for TJ Rage and Krieger, meaning they retain the Tag Team Championship, but Mackie and Wylie were unhappy and stormed backstage. You'll be hearing more about that, I am sure. But let's leave that to one side for the time being. Let's talk about our live events. Let's talk particularly about Edinburgh Comic Con on the 6th and 7th of April. That's our first two that we have coming up. W3L is going to be part of Edinburgh Comic Con, presenting 2 mini shows per day. I've already announced Mike Musso taking on Craig Stevens in a no-holds-barred match. That's part of day 1. Also, on day 1, we'll be seeing the return to W3L of bad boy Liam Thompson as he takes on the very good Mr. Euan G. Mackie. The following day, day 2, we'll be seeing the best, the beautiful, the only Emily Hayden defending the Women's Championship against Angel Hayes. And, hot on the heels of the events you have just seen, management have decreed that TJ Rage and Krieger will defend the Tag Team Championship against Timm, Wylie and the very good Mr. Euan G. Mackie. That's 4 matches that we are going to be seeing over the course of the weekend. There'll be lots more matches as well, don't worry, it's not just them. So if you want to come along, go to heroconventions.com. You can buy your tickets in advance from there. I think you can buy them on the day as well, but why risk it? Buy them in advance, come see W3L do what we do best, and you can get your pop culture fan hat on. There's tons of old comic books to buy. There's stalls, there's memorabilia, old video games, you name it. If it's pop culture related, it will be at Edinburgh Comic Con. Come along and support us and them. It's going to be an amazing weekend of fun. Then we've got loads of other live events as well as W3L runs up and down the country. Remember, we're going to be hitting Buckhaven later in April. Then of course we hit Edinburgh. We go down to England and appear in Guiseley, Newcastle and Stockton-On-Tees before coming back up to Broxbourne to round out our adventures in the month of June. We're all over the place over the next few months. All of our events being sponsored by those amazing folk at Crafty Connoisseur, so a massive thank you to them. If you want to come and see these events, and of course you do, make sure you get your tickets in advance by going to our website. We're at w3lwrestling.com. Buy your tickets and sign up to our mailing list, and you'll be notified of what happens when it happens. Then make sure you like us on Facebook, follow us over on Twitter, join us on Instagram, subscribe to the channel you're currently watching, because one button click, that's all it takes. Use the hashtag W3L Wrestling Showdown and let us know who you want to see at these events. What matches would you like to see? Who's going to walk away with the tag team title next time Rage and Krieger face Wylie and Mackie? Engage with W3L, you will not regret it. And then come back in 7 days' time. That's right, only 1 week. We'll be even closer to Edinburgh Comic Con, even closer to the start of our next live event. And I'll bring you another astoundingly great match, because aren't they all? And it'll go down right here, Sunday, 12 PM on Wrestling Showdown.
Oh! What do you think that was out there? How long have you been rapping, son? What does a legal man look like? Get up! Tell them it wasn't me! Get up! Why do you feel so safe, huh? I was a legal man! We should have won that, you know it! Tell you what, it's gonna be precious when I get a hold of you, my boy. For the mistakes you've been making. I am sick and tired of your gauntlet face! Maybe you're gonna learn. Are you thick as well as stupid? You're safe for now, son. Not much longer, okay? Oh boy.